Boozhoo nijidok, Waabooz dijnikaz. Niwii-tibaajim miziniganan. Today I want to talk about books, specifically kids books. Fortunately nowadays there are a lot of kids books that feature Anishinaabemowin, and here in our house they're a great way for us to speak the language, hear different stories, and practice some vocabulary and basic grammar. So even if you don't have kids in your home, I think that kids books are great ways to learn some of the basics of Anishinaabemowin. So in this video, I'm going to share some of the different types of books, some specific examples, and hopefully you'll share some of your favorites too in the comments below. So starting out, some books in Anishinaabemowin feature mostly English with some basic vocabulary. And It's a Mitig by Bridget George is a great example because it'll tell a story and then just basically introduce the reader to some words like Genebik, snake. We All Count, this next one by Adair, features some beautiful artwork and it shows kids how to count. So 3 is Niswet. From there is board books like this, Amik by Sharon, who's from Waabooz, which features an entire story both in Anishinaabemowin and in Ge-chi-piitendaagozid, also known as English. And keeping it with Waabooz, the artist of this book is Mangeshig, a relative of ours. This is another example of a bilingual book, but this one is a picture book. It's got a little more than a board book in terms of story and artwork. So that opens the door, I think, to more linguistic opportunities, more comprehensive dialogue and narration and so on. So this is written by Brittany, Luby and illustrated by Mangeshig. This one's called Miinawaa Ejigikandman. This is how I know. Another example by the same crew is Manoomin, The Gift of Manoomin. Same kind of structure, same kind of delivery of the language. And here's one that Mangeshig did all by himself, both wrote and illustrated, called Boozhoo, Hello. And you'll see again, follows the same format of both Anishinaabemowin and English. And our kids love these especially because also they have beautiful artwork. Another example of language resources for kids are some renowned books that have been translated into various indigenous languages. So Monique Smith, the award-winning writer, this is an excellent story of hers called You Hold Me Up. This is the Anishinaabemowin version. It's called Ge-chi-piitendaagozid. So what you'll see is a book that's garnered a lot of praise, like this one too of hers, that wins awards and is then translated into various indigenous languages like Anishinaabemowin, Cree, Dene, and so on. Lastly, what I want to share is this Ojibwe series that we have in our home. We've got a few of these, about 6 of them. And they're written by Brookes and translated by Isadore Toulouse and Shirley Williams. These ones are a little bit longer, so they're about 40 pages or so, and they feature some much more involved examples of the language with translations, of course. And these ones are really popular with our kids too. Most of these books we received through goodminds.com. That's an indigenous online retailer of indigenous books. But you can go anywhere to major online retailers, through independent publishers, even community-based organizations for resources in Anishinaabemowin. So please share some of your favorites in the comments below. I'll include as many of these as possible in the notes to this video. And keep reading. Miigwech, ba Makkii.